Creative Lori here. Welcome everyone. Okay, so tomorrow my dad and I are going to be going to Nevada to get some of more of his items, and we have a few errands to run up there. So I'm going to go with him. For on the road, I'm going to be making us some tuna fish sandwiches, and because I'm trying to watch my dad's carb intake. Of course, I'm going to go light on the mayo, but the bread, that's going to be a hard one. So I figure, well, we'll each have one full sandwich. We'll probably eat half at a time. And then we'll probably have a hard-boiled egg maybe here and there. Maybe one each. And I wanted to make some spring rolls. So I have everything here. I have some cabbage leaves, romaine hearts, julienne, as best as I could, julienne, carrots, red onion really thin, cucumber, a little cabbage, red bell pepper, and then here are the rice papers. Now these are really high in carbs, so I'm only going to make my dad one of this. That would be like 28 grams of carbs, so that's quite a lot. So I may just make myself some for the house and then make us both some just wrapped in the lettuces. You know what I mean? I'm about to make some bean paste, and I don't know if I'm going to add the beets. I'm not sure, but I already made the peanut sauce for dipping, and I diluted it with it was probably 3 tablespoons of peanut sauce or peanut butter, parsley, chives, apple cider vinegar, probably a tablespoon and a half, or maybe 2 tablespoons. Yeah, 2 tablespoons, and yeah, that's it. A little garlic powder. And I wanted to put some chili flakes, but I thought, no, not when we're on the road. You never know. So let me go. So I cut up everything ahead of time. This is what I'm up to today. Plus, I'm going to be boiling up some of my onion skins from last night. I did this late last night, and I saved them, and that's going to be good fertilizer for my plants. So I'm doing that, and let me just chop up my beans here. So normally you would do red bean paste with Adzuki red beans, but if you don't have them, they're hard to get here. Then you would just use like kidney beans, but I made kidney pinto beans last night. Because I was going to be making some chili, which I will be leaving with my dad so he can eat that when I leave his house tomorrow night. And this will just be a paste. So I try to drain as much oil as I could. There is still some in there. And I'm just going to, it'll be like a hummus, consistency. And I put some garlic powder, paprika. Oh, no, wait. I'm sorry. I did fresh garlic, 2 small cloves, and paprika, and some Himalayan salt. So let me blend that up. We'll be spreading that on here. This is not like your normal spring roll contents, but I didn't have everything, and I just wanted like a fresh, spring roll, so it's okay. Alrighty, I wouldn't worry about either, like giving my dad a fresh spring roll, but we're already having bread. I got my pot ready for my onion skins over there. We're already going to have bread that day, and I just don't want to chance it, so that's why I would rather, and then beans, of course, I could put eggs in the wraps, but I think the beans would taste better, and I'm just going to be very mindful. So I might just keep the rice ones for me at home, and then the wrapped ones for us on the road. All right, let me blend it in my little Ninja blender. Well, it's actually Farberware. Works great from Walmart. I'll be right back. Alright, so that turned out really good. You can see how thick of a consistency. It almost looks like refried beans, right? So, but it tastes, oh my gosh, it tastes amazing. It's really not a red bean paste because, for one, I'm mixing two beans, which is pinto and kidney, and for two, I'm not cooking it with sugar. I don't want to cook it with sugar because I want it to be healthy for my dad and then also savory. So let me go ahead and start the assembly line. I'm going to put away these beans. I still have to make some chili beans for my dad, which let me just show you what they look like. So here they are, my little mini crock pot. I just took out a little bit for the paste, and now I'm going to make that into chili as well. That's what I'm up to today, and boiling the onion skins for fertilizer, and then making some tuna fish sandwiches, which I'm not going to show you that because everyone knows how to make tuna. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so I just spread the bean paste on the artichoke, the romaine heart leaf, and then I put in the cucumber, carrot, red onion, bell pepper, and a little cabbage. And then I'm not going to get fancy with it. I'm probably not going to sear this end. I'm just going to fold this end in. It's already kind of torn anyways, but that's okay. And then I'm going to roll it and I'll show you. Okay, so you can see this one. It's not beautiful. I'm not using butter leaves, or what are they called? Butter leaf lettuce. And I just put a toothpick through it. So I'll put these in a Ziploc baggie. This one's a long leaf, and so my dad doesn't like a whole lot of carrots, so I'm going to do this one specifically for him. And it's just going to be a long one. That's okay. Okay, so you get an idea. I cut the stem off at the end. I put the bean spread. It's really not paste, it's spread, really. The cucumbers, bell peppers, cabbage, and red onion for my dad because he really doesn't like the carrots in them. And I'm just going to, I roll it and I tuck the soft side in, but this side stays open. So as you can see, this is open on this end, and then the other end is tucked in. They're not perfect, you guys. Hey, they're going to be in a Ziploc baggie, and we're going to be dipping them in this awesome sauce. We're not going to care. But I just wanted like a good alternative for us on the road. And he's making hard-boiled eggs, and I'm making the sandwiches and these spring rolls. So let me make a few, and then I'm going to make some with the rice paper too. Okay, so I made 8, 1 cabbage, 1 smaller one, and then the regular size. So 6 regular, and then 2 smaller, 1 cabbage, and then the smaller romaine. Okay, so I have a lot of components left, so now I'm going to my rice paper, and this one's broken. That's okay. We're just going to put it in some warm water for a few seconds, and then we're going to put it on here and then add all the components. So let me get my warm water. And these were from my friend Tamika, which I already used a bunch of them, but look how many I have left. So she had used some, I used some, so I'm going to try to use up some every week doing like spring rolls. Alright, let me get them soaked. Alright, so I'm just putting all of these in here. This one may not fit, to be honest, so I might have to shift them a little bit, but I know that'll be mine, so I'll just squish it. Anyways, I have some tepid water here. I have my rice paper, and I'm just gonna like soak the edges. I know my hands have beans on them still. That's okay. It's really kind of a cathartic process, and it should be not it shouldn't be hard. It should be pliable, very pliable. And right now it's still kind of like vinyl, almost. So we're just going to let it soak, because you can't roll it unless it's pliable. I'm just soaking it. This water isn't as warm as it should be, but alright, it's getting there now. So now, and it happens fast, you guys, so you gotta act fast with it. You're just gonna put it on your cutting board or whatever. I know that looks kind of ugly, but I promise you, and I just cut vegetables on here. It's this cutting board, I clean it very good. It's just got a lot of stuff on it right now. Alright, so I'm going to put the bean paste and everything on it. I'll be right back. Alright, so this one was really kind of a shorter rice paper because it was broken, but I didn't want to waste it. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in here. That one might be mine, or I might eat it tonight and make another one. Okay, so I made, I think, 4 of the rice paper ones. And yeah, they will stick together, just so you know. So just be careful. You put wax paper in between, but I don't want to eat these in front of my dad because I think that would be mean. So I'll probably have these for dinner tonight with some additional, maybe steamed cabbage, because I have it readily here. And I'll throw some carrots and onion with it because it's right here. But I will be definitely dipping it into my lovely peanut sauce, which I'll put the recipe down below. But all it is was, I think, 3 tablespoons of peanut butter, 3 of apple cider vinegar, a little bit of warm water. You have to like test the consistency. Parsley, garlic powder, and chives. So, and they're dried. All the parsley and chives were dried, so it's not a big deal. But like, I'll probably eat this one tomorrow, and I'll let my dad have the rest, and then I'll eat these tonight. And I will be putting the peanut sauce in separate containers that I've already washed, because actually I have 2 of these, but these are big glass containers, so I'll let my dad have that one. I'm tempted to like double dip, so I don't want him to feel like, we both can't. So we'll each have our own container. Plus, I'm going to be making some chili out of this, and he can pour that over, whatever he wants. And so when I have to leave, because I'll be getting back tomorrow when it's dark, and I have to feed the kitties, so I'll just be dropping my dad off and leaving. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed this little snippet of what I'm doing tonight. It's getting really dark out there, or it's not quite dark, but it's going to be dark soon. And I needed to make all of this stuff before I left to go feed the kitties, and I still need to make the chili. I'll probably put it in this container. It's a nice size helping, so it'll be all chili, and I'll season it up, and he can do with what he wants with it. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I know it's not like a pretty video, but it's a process. And let me just tell you something. This peanut sauce is really, really good. In fact, I think I might eat one of these right now before I go. And see, they're already sticking together, so you gotta be careful. And this is definitely not a typical spring roll, but it's my spring roll. Uh-oh. Mmm. 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 Oh my goodness. I don't want to double dip in there. Wow. I could actually thin this out a little bit more because it's very decadent. Wow. Super good. I think it will thin it out a little bit more. Okay, guys. A very messy video. But I'll tell you what. I'm going to show you real quick what I did to the chili beans. I'll be right back. Alright, so that might look like, oh my gosh, what a mess, right? But it's just cumin, paprika, garlic powder. It's cumin powder, by the way. And onion powder. And I'll put a little bit of salt, and he can do that to taste. I know this looks like a mess. I'll clean the edges. And then all he needs to do is add in a little onion if he wants it, which I could do that too, but I feel like I think he just likes the beans of it. When he heats it up in a bowl, all of this will get just, melt and mix well with one another. So this is kind of like 2 meals. It's a pretty big bowl. I'm doing this with one hand, you guys, so I know it looks like a mess. Anyway, this is my messy video. I'm going to add a little bit of Himalayan salt, and that will be his dinner. He can pour it over whatever, baked potato maybe. Maybe I shouldn't say that because he really shouldn't have a potato and beans. That's more carbs, right? So maybe he'll just have this, or he can have a little bit with a piece of fish that he has. He'll be good. I just want to make sure he has enough good stuff. And then we're going to have our little dipping sauces in here. And we have our little egg rolls. So we're good to go. Plus our tuna fish sandwiches and the hard-boiled eggs for all day long. Because it's like a 6 to 7 hour round trip. So we're going to be tired. And I don't want him to have to think about cooking something. Or, stopping to eat like junky food. Okay, guys, I hope you liked the video. What a messy video, but hey, these are awesome. They are so good and crunchy, and they'll be so good. We'll have a little ice pack in our cooler, and we'll have waters, hard-boiled eggs, sandwiches, my dog's food, the dip. We're good. Bye, guys. Let me know what you think.